So you have been thinking of moving to Waterloo, Ontario, and you want to know everything there is to know about Waterloo, Ontario before you call this place your home? Well, stay tuned because that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. I'm going to take you on a Google map tour of Waterloo, Ontario. I'll share my screen with you in a moment, and you can tag along as I talk about the neighborhoods, the schools, getting around the town, the highway connectivity, major recreation places, dining, shopping, everything there is for you to know about this town before you can call it home. And we're gonna get after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living, eating, playing, sleeping, working in Kitchener, Cambridge, and Waterloo, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notification so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Kitchener, Cambridge, and Waterloo. My name is Dharmik Dixit. I'm a local real estate agent serving Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo, and the surrounding towns. I do get calls, texts, emails from people just like you looking for help in making their move to Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo, and the towns around it. And I absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 90 days, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or you can schedule a Zoom call. All the information you will find below in the description. Happy to help you make a smooth move to Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo, and the towns around it. All right, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna share my screen here real quick, and hopefully you can see my Google Maps. And I have Waterloo pulled up here, and I'm gonna open my drawing tool as well, so I can show you and draw around. So let's talk about the highway first. The major highway that's gonna connect and going around Waterloo is the Highway 85, Conestoga Parkway, Regional Road 85, whatever you call it. And as you head further down north on that, it's gonna take you to St. Jacobs, which is a pretty cool place to check out. Gives you that small town feeling. There's a farmers market which is very well known, especially on the weekends. One of the very happening places. Great place to check out on the weekends. Also, there are a couple of great local breweries. So definitely a lot of those boutique shops that you find in those small towns. St. Jacobs is definitely a place for you to check out. So that's where it's going to take you. If you continue further down north on the Highway 85, it's going to take you further down to Elmira, and that's where the Highway 85 will end. Let's come back to Waterloo. And if you were to come from Waterloo to Kitchener, you're actually going to take Highway 85 southbound, and then you're going to merge into this Highway 7 eastbound. And then if you're going to have to further go down to Kitchener towards Cambridge, you're going to then further go into Highway 8 eastbound, and then it's going to take you to Highway 401 if you're going to have to go to 401 west, taking you to places like Woodstock, London, or eastbound places like Milton, or even further into Greater Toronto area. But I hope living in Waterloo you don't have to go that far as often. But that's a little bit about highway connectivity. Let's talk about this Highway 8 going right here on the west side. It's gonna take you to a place like New Hamburg, as well as the Stratford, things like that, even Goderich. That's where you're gonna head down to. And if you're ever going to head down to Guelph, one of the options obviously is to take 401 and then Highway 6. But, if you're especially coming from Waterloo, it might even show you, especially if 401 is packed, you could always take Highway 7 all the way down on the, east end, taking you to Guelph, which is going to merge into the Highway 6 as you approach Guelph. And that's the major highway that's surrounding Guelph, Highway 6. So that's, as you can see right in front of you, that's a little bit about the highway connectivity right here in the city of Waterloo and how to get around the surrounding towns. So I'm gonna zoom in and gonna take you to the heart of Waterloo. Here is what we're talking about, everything that's happening in Waterloo, and we call it King Street. Waterloo Public Square is one of the most happening places you can check out. We call this Uptown Waterloo, and this is King Street here. On the both ends, you will see plenty of options, plenty of things happening. The Waterloo, Public Square is a place where, especially on the weekends, you will see a lot of great things happening. A lot of local artists have, actually play here as well. Some great places to eat as well. I can go on and on in terms of places to eat here. Beertown is great. The Piper Arms here is great as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually zoom in so you can see there are so many other places than what it shows here. So even along the strip of King Street, you will find a lot of boutique shops, a lot of hyper local restaurants, There are a couple of pubs there on the King Street as well, and I'll show you that in a moment. But I wanted to actually show you, as you head further down on the King, you will actually come across Grand River Hospital. So that's the major hospital, accessible from Waterloo. That's going to be the closest hospital to you if you're going to ever have to access it. And we have St. Mary's as well. Now, keep in mind, both Grand River and St. Mary's are located in Kitchener. Especially Grand River is at the border of Kitchener and Waterloo, but St. Mary's is further down south, further down in Kitchener. So it might be a little bit further. Grand River is actually the bigger hospital of the two. And it does have two campuses. The one you see on the King Street here in Kitchener is actually the larger campus of the two campuses the Grand River has. What I wanted to also point out is, the diversity of the food options you get here in Waterloo is just amazing. Whatever cuisine that you might be into, I can tell you Waterloo would definitely, have a place for you to check out and, hang out. At the same time, whether you're on a budget, like looking for something, take out and eat quickly, or you're looking for like a full 4-course meal, I can tell you like Waterloo has, a little bit of both. I talked about the nightlife, and this is the one place you can check out. I've been here a couple of times. A pretty good place, especially on the weekend evenings. The pub on King, and this is right very close to the Uptown Waterloo, like the square. But as you head further down, the other cluster, as you head down on the King Street, this is the King and University. So let me draw it again. Okay, so University Avenue and the King Street. This is where a lot of things are happening. You're very close to both the Waterloo and the Laurier University. There is a Conestoga Waterloo campus as well. So a lot of that university kind of area. A lot of great places to eat. I'm gonna zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Right across the University Avenue, and again coming back to so many other options. And a lot of them are very, very diverse. So right across the strip, and a lot of these places are open till late at nighttime. Great, I would say place to check out. But this is where you will see a lot of hustle and bustle. There's two clusters, where is King and University, and down at the Uptown Waterloo. So if you are someone looking for like that urban kind of lifestyle, where you want everything close by, literally a walking distance, you could definitely look at a couple of these places. Mostly the condominiums you will find. At the back end of it, especially the Uptown Waterloo, you will definitely find some older homes. But yes, it will definitely give you that urban kind of lifestyle that you might be looking for, where everything is just close by and you may not even need to drive oftentimes. So let's head down further. I'm going to show you the University of Waterloo. So this is Laurier, that you can see right here, just west of the King Street on the University Avenue. And as you head further down here, this is the University of Waterloo. So further down west on the University Avenue, kind of towards the northwest, is where you would see the University of Waterloo. This is like the huge whole cluster of that university buildings. Pretty good place. But again, a lot of that student lifestyle that you will see around here if you're ever in this area. One particular neighborhood I wanted to actually touch upon is I'm going to take you further down west, and I'm going to touch upon this neighborhood. It's called Laurelwood. So if you are someone who is looking for like a great school for kids, whether it's elementary or high school, Laurelwood is one of the greatest neighborhoods you can find, not just Waterloo, but the region of Waterloo. A couple of great schools, as per the Fraser Institute, they are ranked very highly. Laurelwood Public School is there. If you have someone going to high school, people living in this neighborhood will be attending Sir John A. Macdonald Secondary School, which is also one of the highly rated as per the Fraser Institute. So this is, again, the neighborhood. You're away from the, what I was talking, that urban kind of lifestyle, hustle and bustle of the city. This is a very active community, but while at the same time, you are on a very quiet street, away from the hustle and bustle of that Uptown Waterloo urban feeling. So that's the best part of Waterloo. It does give you the best of the both world, while not being too far away from all the major amenities if you ever decide to, change your mind and check out some of those places. So Laurelwood is one, and I'm gonna, go further down south a bit, and I'm gonna show you the Costco that we have, which is very close to this neighborhood, and it's actually the region's newest Costco we have here. So further down south, just south of Waterloo, and there's another new neighborhood. This is Vista Hills in this area. Is again a great neighborhood, one of the newest neighborhoods you can find in Waterloo. Some homes are still building. Majority of the homes in Vista Hills community are built within last 5 years. So that's the best part. If you're someone looking for like a newer construction that's not too old while backing onto the green space and the quiet area, well, I can tell you both Laurelwood and the Vista Hills are great places for you to check out, where there's ample. Now keep in mind, the prices are kind of, a little bit higher than average what you see on the east side, like some of the mature and established neighborhoods. These neighborhoods will be slightly on the pricier end, but I'm going to do another video about the top 5 neighborhoods you can, live in Waterloo, and so you can stay tuned for that. But coming back to this map tour, this is the region's newest Costco. A lot of people actually living on the border of Kitchener do also come down to here as well. And right as you see this Herbsville area, and as you go further down south on Ida Needles, what I'm gonna do is, this is what I'm talking about, the Boardwalk. So this is Kitchener. This is gonna be Kitchener. Highland West is Kitchener, but just a little bit south of that is this Boardwalk shopping center where there's plenty of things happening. Again, this is another shopping cluster. Where it's an outdoor shopping strip where about 50 stores are there. So it's not like a small, shopping mall, but a lot of great places to shop. Most of them are those big box stores and the places you find in those outdoor strip malls. The best part is there are 2 major medical centers, and that's why there's a thriving seniors community right in the Laurelwood. There are actually 2 new senior homes that recently opened because you have 2 big multi-specialty medical centers right in the Boardwalk, literally almost a walk, especially if you are living across closer to Boardwalk area. There's actually a West Hill retirement residence that's right across Boardwalk in this area around this. So that's a little bit about Boardwalk. You have landmark cinemas, of course, but again, as you can see just here in the in this video, like a lot of great places to check out, a lot of shopping options, a lot of dining options as well. So this is another shopping cluster for Waterloo. So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually now head towards the east side of the Highway 85. So let's zoom in, and we're gonna take to the east side, kind of that northeast, and I'm gonna show you one more shopping hotspot, which is also the Waterloo's biggest shopping mall. And where do we have it? Should have it somewhere here. Yep. Okay. So just again on the King Street. If you live in Waterloo, well, you're gonna definitely hang out around King Street quite often. Conestoga Mall, this is the place I'm talking about, is Waterloo's biggest mall and one of the biggest malls in the region of Waterloo. It's an indoor mall, unlike Boardwalk, which is kind of outdoor strip, quite bigger than what you see in the Boardwalk, which is just about 50 stores. Conestoga Mall has roughly around 130 stores, all the way from tech, from your day-to-day retail like Walmart and stuff like that, and to the specialty store clothing stores, everything that you can find in a typical mall. Definitely Conestoga Mall is a place for you to check out. There are about 15 restaurants in the Conestoga Mall as well, and you have Galaxy Cinema, which is one of the 2 cinemas we have here in Waterloo. There's one local cinema on King Street. It's called Princess Cinema. Right by the you could almost walk by the Waterloo Town Square, but that's kind of one of the 3 cinemas, I should say, including Galaxy, Landmark, and that Princess Cinema. Okay, so that's a little bit about the shopping. You definitely have some decent options. You could always head down to the Fairview Park Mall in Kitchener, which is slightly bigger than Conestoga for sure. You will definitely have a little bit more options, and it's not too far, especially on the weekend. Should not take you more than 15 to 20 minutes heading to from any parts of Waterloo to the Fairview Park Mall. The best part is because it's right along the highway. So that's a little bit about that. Okay, and now we're going to talk about a couple of neighborhoods. Since we are by the highway, there are a couple of great neighborhoods which are right by the the highway, and great to commute, especially if you're having to commute, let's say, to Kitchener, or further down north to St. Jacobs. Well, most likely you will be commuting to Cambridge, Kitchener, Guelph, or some of the surrounding towns to find work. A lot of people living in the Tri-Cities, Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo, they do actually commute for work between the Tri-Cities, which is, you will find more often than not. Some great neighborhoods very close to Highway 85, but one of them in particular is the Lincoln Heights, right on the, the north side of Highway 85 here in Waterloo. And I'm going to circle it around, like somewhere around in this area is where you would see Lincoln Heights. And you're very close to the Highway, 85. If you're ever having to get around Kitchener, especially if you're, very close to Highway 85 and not too far from Highway 7 as well. Obviously, if you're going to have to head down to Cambridge, equally, close enough. I mean, the fact that you're very close to Highway 85 will definitely be a plus. But having said that, keep in mind, you're very close to that University Avenue. So it's not one of the quietest neighborhood, but you're close to the highway. But having said that, that's the best part I like about Waterloo. A couple of things. One is it's very, it gives you best of the both worlds when it comes to real estate as well as the lifestyle. So whether you're someone looking for that urban kind of lifestyle, the town of Waterloo does definitely have that for you. Or whether you're someone, let's say, looking for you want to be close to everything, all the major amenities, but you want to be away from the hustle and bustle when it comes to you choosing the place to live. I can tell you Waterloo has that for you. There are some great neighborhoods which are very secluded, very away, very active lifestyle communities, but you are away from that uptown Waterloo hustle and bustle while being very close to that if you ever decide to access that. At the same time, when I talked about the real estate, that's the best part about Waterloo. There are some literally great neighborhoods which are built and still building to date. Vista Hills is one. Laurelwood is fairly new, and there are some other great neighborhoods on the east of Highway 85 which are equally good as well. So let's say you are someone who is looking for a newer construction or ideally newly established neighborhood. Waterloo has that for you. On the other hand, you are someone who is looking to settle down in kind of an established, mature place. I can tell you Waterloo has that for you as well. So definitely some great places. But like I said, this video, I wanted to keep it to the map video, show you around the town as well, rather than strictly talking about the neighborhoods. But hey, you know what? That pretty much does wrap up this video. I hope you did get some value. If you did, consider subscribing below. Tap on the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Kitchener, Cambridge, and Waterloo. So whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 90 days, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or you can schedule a Zoom call. All the information you will find in the description below. Happy to help you make a smooth move to Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo, or the surrounding towns. Until then, I do hope to show you around town.